Hi, I'm Joe Shepley, Vice President and Practice Leader at Doculabs. To say that Office 365 is a hot topic or top of mind for most large organizations is a pretty big understatement. It's gone from being something that was on the horizon and maybe coming later and we'll wait and see to being, it's like a snowball going downhill. I would imagine in the Fortune 1000 in the next 2 to 3 years, absolutely every single one of them will be on Office 365, and not just Exchange, but SharePoint, OneDrive, Office applications, and all of the interesting and somewhat futuristic applications that seem to turn up on the waffle every week, like Flow or Delve and so on. One thing that's important, though, for clients to realize, as well as vendors and providers in the professional services and software space, is that while there's a rich ecosystem of tools that complement Microsoft products on premises and then for these earliest versions of Office 365, you should know that Microsoft doesn't really want it to be that way, and they're poised to eat everybody's lunch. We've seen it start already with things like e-discovery, records management, rudimentary text and file analytics capabilities, but we're going to start to see it with things like DLP, rights management, access and identity management, and so on. Essentially, if it's a capability that a vendor is providing outside of Office 365, if you're that vendor or a vendor in that category, or if you're a consumer that owns third-party software in that category, I think your going-in assumption has to be that in the next 3 to 5 years, Microsoft will have at least good enough functionality in those areas, if not great functionality in those areas. And I know some of you out there might be saying, well, hey, look, they've had anti-spam technology in Exchange for years, and it's terrible and nobody uses it. Why should this be any different? Agreed, but I think if you start to really take a look at Office 365 and what they're providing in some of these spaces to try to eat the lunch of these other vendors, it seems to be a step change from where the rudimentary kind of functionality they provided for these email capabilities. Now, why is this important? Well, if you're a vendor, it's important because you may not have a market to serve in 2, 3, 4 years. If Microsoft can provide 60, 70% of the functionality you can provide, and 90% of your clients are on Office 365, you've got a problem. Now, if you're a client, the challenge is you may be making buying decisions today and spending a couple of $100,000 to a couple of million to tens of millions of dollars on functionality that if you had just waited, or if you had bought in a different way, you could have saved a tremendous amount of money by just flipping it over to what's available in Office 365. Anyway, this is a large topic, and it's of great interest to us here at Doculabs. So if you'd like to learn more, you can reach out and connect with me at jshepley@doculabs.com. Would love to chat and hear your circumstances and give you our take. Thanks, and have a great day.